Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we are going live. I hope everyone is doing well. And I had this come to me. It was talking about living presently, knowing that living presently is knowing that we don't have to think about how we're going to respond, how we're going to react, how we're going to try to accomplish this next goal, but we allow ourselves to let go of the pressure of the manifestation, or the tug of war of the manifestation, or the inner resistance inside of ourselves that doesn't allow us to really manifest what we want to manifest. So living presently is a choice, it's a state of being, it's a state of mind, it's a state of body. When you choose to live presently, you're choosing to let go of what is trying to not allow you to manifest, allow you to generate, allow you to know that you are the manifestation of life. You are that breath of fresh air. You are that intensity that you're seeking when you're living presently, and you're making that choice to live your life in a much different way, to have more fluidity and to have more motion, and to realize that we let go of the past and we let go of the future, and then now we see what is important now in front of us. We see what is more precious, and appreciation and having gratitude to what is manifesting here and now, and what is being generated here and now, and the thought that is presently here and now, and the idea and the intention that is here, that is right now. So that we can allow ourselves to see that everything is a gift, everything is reception, everything is showing us something that is of the inner beauty and of the inner workings of spirit, that develop allowance within ourselves to live very presently and pristinely in this moment, to give it a sense of polarity, to give it a sense of charge. And when we allow ourselves to really do this, we give ourselves a gift, because we're letting go of pressure, letting go of having to validate this thing or that thing. And then we don't have to really validate it, and we don't have to see how we're going to respond or what choice we're going to make, because living presently is developing the sense of forward motion. Then there's always this interaction with yourself, that you have the ability to make the choice, to make the firm choice to live presently here and now. And then once you make that choice, then the weight of the world is off of your shoulders. Then there is no weight. Then there is no problems or issues, or no resolution, no way out. If I make this action, or if my finances are drained, then I'm not going to be reciprocated, because you know that everything presently will always be reciprocated back to you, and it will always be this pristine circle moment, this full circle moment that will allow you to recalibrate and come back into sync with who you are, and everything comes back around like a boomerang. If you look at it in that way, if you look at it from that lens, from that viewpoint, everything is like a boomerang effect. Everything that you throw back out there, it comes back to you. I've told my clients this several times with my psychic readings and healings that I do. I do private sessions, 1 hour for 120 and 2 hours for 220. But I've told this to my clients because I tell them that because most of the time we feel like the boomerang is not going to come back to us. We feel like if we make this decision, if we act on this thing, then there's this doubt and this fear and hesitation, and that's why it feels bad, because you're not living presently. So now that you're living presently, you will always react in the way that is most pristinely within the sense of empowerment, with the sense of activation, with the sense of flow and direction, and always having that understanding that you can really become yourself in this moment, if you really want to become yourself in this moment, because you're being present. You're choosing to think differently. You're choosing to be yourself. You're choosing to be authentic and being raw and courageous to the core, because you're choosing to be present in this moment. And you're choosing to take it to the next level. And then you're bringing back your power. You're bringing back who you once were, and you're allowing yourself to tap into your heart centers. And as you're tapping into your heart centers, you're allowing yourself to gain back that spiritual mass. You're gaining back the light that is inside of you, that penetrates and that gives it much depth and surface and encapsulates the energy so that you can finally live presently. And then you're able to really reshape your world, reshape how you feel about yourself, but also just reshape and revamp everything so that you can bring it back to a grounded form. So now that you're living presently, you're choosing to let go, you're choosing to not hold on to what you're presently thinking about now, because you're always on to the next thing. You're always on to the next action. You're always on to the next forward motion that you can become. You're always on to the next progression, and you're always on to the next phase. And the different stages and the different hierarchies that you become when you're wanting more out of yourself by living presently. Living presently, and I'm presenting it in that way, is knowing that you are the gift, knowing that you are gifted, and know that you have been gifted life. You have been gifted freedom. And it's what you do with that freedom that determines how you go about everything, how you reshape everything, how you think about everything, how you use your emotions, how you allow yourself to get into a synchronization, a recalibration within yourself to really understand that I can live presently here and now, and I am the present moment that I am seeking. I am the seeking impulse that drives me. I am everything that I want to become because I am present with everything. So this means that you've totally let go of what it means to be the past, because the higher self is always about the present. The higher self is about the future, bringing in greater relationship with understanding who you are. So you understand that every time that you align to the higher self's wisdom, every time that you do that, you are literally calling back your power, but you're literally just automatically, exponentially going to choose the most preferred alignment, the most preferred parallel reality, the most preferred relationship within yourself. Because it's a balancing of love and wisdom, so that you have that love and that wisdom, and it's pure, and then you'll know how to be of service to people and take the focus off yourself so that you can serve something greater than yourself. And then once you do that, then you develop the sense of self-care and self-love and development so that you're able to live presently, so that you can live for others, because that's why everybody is awakening. That's why everybody's coming to this understanding. That's why everybody wants this journey. That's why everybody wants more out of themselves and more out of life and more out of their relationship, whether it's vibrationally or even physically with another person. You always want more out of it. So it's really just letting go of the sense and having the art of not caring anymore. Meaning that you don't have care for people, or you don't care about your own life, but you don't care what presents itself as a form of negativity or distortion, or an illusion that is absolutely false. You don't even care. It doesn't even compute with you. It doesn't even make sense to you to think in that way, because you're choosing to live presently. And that's why I was thinking about this very vividly before I got on, and usually I do a couple TikToks to kind of formulate what I'm going to use as the template of me deciphering this message. So how you decipher it is really how to unlock it, how to be it, how to transform it, but how to bring it in a grounded form. How do I bring it back down here? Because we have to still use the sense of being a human being, even though we're channeling our higher selves. But we have to have conventional reality and the non-physical reality, so that there is a crystalline precision within love and wisdom and discernment, unconditional love and righteousness. So when you understand that, you bring back everything into motion. You finally have foresight and insight in being able to implement it in a way that really makes sense. So every time that you make the decision to really be yourself, in every moment, and you develop the sense of really finding out who you want to be in every moment, and having discernment with that, and having patience with that, and learning how to be impatient when you need to be impatient, and patient when you need to be patient. So there's a fine balance that all of your personality traits are needed in every type of situation. So there might be a time like I was clearing some brush out in the backyard, and if I didn't do it as quick enough, if I didn't do it fast enough, I wouldn't have been able to get it done. So my impatience and my willingness to finish and accomplish it made me get it done. And if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have got it done, and then it would have rained, and then I wouldn't have got it done. But sometimes there's times where you need to be in a rush, in a hurry, accelerated, there, here, in the present moment. Sometimes you just need to be alone. Sometimes somebody could be calling you and they're wanting you to be of service, but they're wanting you to put your whole life on the line and put you out and leave you homeless. And then you have to use discernment, and you have to do it in a way to where you have to be of service to one here and now, but you also have to use discernment and wisdom and love to kind of let that person know that I have to live for myself, and I have to be at a position to live for others. So it allows you to kind of have discernment with everybody around you to kind of let them know that if you have a level of authority and discernment and wisdom to give, then you will always deliver it in the way and reflect it in the way that somebody needs it. That's living presently. So this is how we really debunk egotism, like a healthy, unhealthy form of egotism. Because the ego is about itself. But being present, you have to let go of your ego, or you will kind of get your ass kicked a lot. Even on the spiritual journey, you will get your ass kicked. But if you live presently, you won't get your ass kicked as much. Instead of having your ass burned and things of that nature. So it's kind of like when you get to the point where you really just want the best out of your life, you want the best out of yourself, you're choosing to live presently, so you're letting go of like the burden. You're letting go of the other stuff that does not really need to be there, because you're weeding out all of the other stuff that doesn't need to be inside of your vortex. So now everything is inside of your vortex, and you're able to put this into motion, put that into motion. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to act on that, I'm going to do the things that I've been putting off. And then I'm going to put everything inside of my vortex so I know that it's there, and I know it's being generated in that configuration of energy. So whenever we're able to do that, then we have the ultimate faith. Because the ones who are bold, the ones who are courageous, the ones who are able to really stick their neck out and not afraid to get their hands dirty, are the ones that will always be the ones that are truest and rawest and more authentic. So just be authentic to the fucking core and don't apologize for it in your own life. Because every time that you do that, then you're letting someone else know that they can do that as well. That they can really push the limits. They can really just say, fuck it. I'm going to do the things I want to do. And I know that sounds pretty crass, but sometimes you just have to say that. Sometimes it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes you just have to get directly to the point where you're kind of sick of it, and then you're sick of your own sickness, and then you just fucking go for it. And you just do it, no matter what. You know, sometimes it's, sometimes in life, and I can say, because a couple weeks ago, the agitation was really real. And now I'm giving this message because of the move, having to get everything set up. And then there was a boiling point for myself even. So don't think that I give these messages and I don't have my boiling points or impatience and things of that nature, but it's real to share because we have to learn from our own experiences. So I definitely, a few months ago, not a few months ago, but like a month ago, I definitely had a boiling point. But I was being tested, and the chosen ones are always being tested on their faith, on their continuity, on the amount that they really want out of themselves. It's just the way that it is. It's not always fun, but it's always loving and fair, because I think spirit is firm and fair, and I don't think that spirit is crude or crass in any way, shape, or form. But the higher self and source always give us what we really need and what we need to receive at that moment. Because they always give us reflections and lessons, or we keep repeating them, and then we're able to not repeat the patterns, and to not just keep going about it. And then we sever the tie and we progress even more and transform. And then we're able to go further, because then we're allowing more blessings in as we're living presently. The more that we heal, transcend, let go, and eliminate, then the more blessings come in within our lives. So, yeah. So I think we're going to do, I don't know what my guys want me to do. I think my guys want me to do a meditation. So we're going to do a meditation about living presently, being present towards everything. So if you want to take part in this meditation, also I'm going to be doing live readings later, around probably like 9 or 10 o'clock. If it's later, it'll probably be later or something like that, where I do psychic readings, healings, activations. Usually they're $20 donations. And also you guys can book private sessions with me. I have 1 hour for $120, 2 hours for $220 for private sessions. So just text me on TikTok. I'll send you my contact information, and also you can email me as well. So with this meditation, I want you to get grounded, to get centered, to get back into your state, and to really allow yourself to recalibrate and recharge your batteries by living presently. So in this moment, I want you to allow for surprises, allow for Source to channel through you. Know that you're never stuck. Know that you can always progress. Know that you can always elevate, even in your lowest points, even at your lowest moment, even at your most agitated. That we have the ability to live presently in this moment and to be that spiritual mass, to be that polarity of light and dark, masculine, feminine, positive and negative. And when we balance that out, then we're balancing our circumstances, our experiences, our meditations even. Sometimes it's as simple as just meditating for 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it's just that simple. Sometimes that's enough to get you whipped into gear. Sometimes it's just kind of pushing yourself, and sometimes even impatience can be an enlightened state. Sometimes you need to just let it out. Sometimes you just need to heal the unworthiness. And sometimes you just need to tell yourself that I just need to let go even greater, that I just want to transform. I want to be the best that I can be in that moment. And then just taking the pressure off of yourself so that you're able to become that. And then once you do this, you see how powerful it is just to live presently, because you're making a bold statement, because you're not here or there. You're omnipresent. You're not a position. You're not a construct or a concept. And you're not either in the future or in the past. So you've allowed yourself to be here and now and place everything that is desired in your vortex right in the present. And sometimes it's just pushing yourself to even embrace being uncomfortable. Embrace just taking a chance on something. Having appreciation and gratitude to what is here and now. Seeing everything as reception, seeing everything as a lesson and as a gift is living presently. If you're able to see that, to see everything as purification, seeing everything as acceptance, letting go of the bias and even the vanity of the ego. But it's a more purified ego. There's a lot of people that will tell you that you can't have liberation with free will. There'll be a lot of people that tell you that you can't have liberation from your ego. There'll be a lot of people that will tell you that you can't have liberation from your emotions. That's a false reality and a projection. But if you can project that and be aware of that and live in the truth of that, then you're already liberated from it. And then everything becomes automatic, without exception, without hesitation, without resistance. Because there's a pull, there's an attraction, there's a deliberateness about what you do. And this is where we tap into grace. And we become more graceful. That our appearance is different. We are different. We are not the same person that we used to be. Because we've elevated the energy. We've elevated the presence. And we have completely tapped into the power of the higher self. This is where we lose the sense of being controlling, dictatorship, but actually being strong and just showing up as if your life depended on it, and being a leader, a teacher, someone who is balanced. And then the rest will be given to you. The rest will be shown to you if you just accept it here and now. And then once you have accepted it, then you are it. And I am because you are, and you are because I am. And that's when we awaken. living presently. So everyone take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So I hope you all enjoyed the meditation. Thank you guys for stopping by and being a part of this live feed. And also guys, I'm going live later on tonight to do live readings, healings, activation codes, downloads. So stay tuned for that around like 10 or 11, something like that. And also you guys can book private sessions with me. Just text me on TikTok. I'll send you my contact information. You can email me, but also a lot of people have emailed me, but sometimes they don't get back to me. And it's just easier if we do it from text. And also, I do all of my appointments over the phone. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. And I hope the meditation was beneficial. And I hope the message was too. So this is White Wolf signing off. So it is. God bless. And namaste.